Hi, Sony Award community. This is Mr. Ran, and today I'm presenting the career pathways of engineering and graphic design. I'd like to start with a quote from this guy, Sir James Dyson. Certainly one of our most prolific and successful entrepreneurs and engineers. And he says, as an engineer, I'm constantly spotting problems and plotting how to solve them. And that quote really encapsulates what design is to me. And it doesn't matter what discipline you go down. It could be architecture, product design, or indeed graphic design and engineering. That's what you are. You're a designer, and your job is to solve problems. And actually, James Dyson's most celebrated product, dual cycle bagless vacuum, was born from exactly that. It was a problem and a frustration with his existing vacuum cleaner that he was using. It just didn't do its job properly. So he spent the next 5 years designing and developing his own product, which did do the job properly, and it became very successful and helped him to amass a fortune of around £16 billion, and also saw him receive a knighthood in 2007. And he's a great advocate of design and engineering in education and also industry. So certainly someone to be inspired by. And let's just remind ourselves a little bit about what these jobs are. So the study of engineering is the application of design, maths and science to solve real-world problems. This involves an understanding of the different disciplines of engineering and how they have shaped the products and projects of the modern world. Being a graphic designer is the profession of visual communication that combines images, words and ideas to convey information to an audience. It's the process by which visual information is given form and structure to communicate a message. And what opportunities are there currently in these fields? Well, according to UCAS, design and engineering degrees regularly feature in the top 10 degree subjects chosen by students each year. There's a huge variety of courses to choose from, so they're very popular courses. However, the Royal Academy of Engineering states that the UK is approaching a state of crisis with engineering skills. Employers cite skills shortage as a major threat to growth, yet the UK has too few young people taking subjects in schools that lead to professional engineering careers. This fact is causing a skills shortage in many of our leading engineering companies, and an even greater shortage in the thousands of small and medium enterprises that are the supply chain for major organisations. And really what that's telling us is that there is a huge demand for engineers and designers, which are two of the professions that this country are actually known for. Now, if you want to go down this engineering or design field, you don't always have to go to university. So it's worth noting that you could also consider an engineering apprenticeship, for instance, which would allow you to gain hands-on experience, earn while you learn, and they're also available in a variety of disciplines. So engineering is a multifaceted industry. There's loads of different engineering roles, and you can see there's a list of apprenticeships that are quite readily available in this country and also abroad as well. I'll let you read those. And then what you can see on the right hand side there is some of the top UK employers of engineers. So, huge, very recognisable companies. There's also graduate schemes And a graduate scheme is where you have studied for your degree, you've got your degree, and then a big company such as Rolls-Royce in this case will quite often come to your university, and they'll hold seminars and talks, and they'll tell you about the graduate schemes that they offer. And this chap, Akif, is a young graduate. He's 24 years old. He went to one of these such seminars, and he went for a job with Rolls-Royce, and they kind of take you under their wing, and they train you up how they want to train you. And he's currently working for the company, designing and problem solving for British Airways, who use Rolls-Royce engines in their planes. So he's got a very, bright career ahead of him, and a very exciting one, and probably quite a lucrative one as well. Just looking at some design job disciplines here. So like I've said, design jobs vary hugely. There's loads of different design jobs, and this just shows you a kind of average salary for a design job. And as you can see there, £57,500 a year, an average salary. Now obviously that isn't the salary you're going to get in your first job, but certainly after you've accrued some years of experience and expertise, they're the sorts of salaries that you can be looking at. And then also engineering. So there we've got a list of some of the highest paying engineering jobs in the UK currently. There you have a look at those. And again, you can see very, very healthy salaries there. And I guess what I want to do is leave you with the image of these two chaps here. So we've got Paul Rand and Elon Musk, and they're two heavyweights in their fields, and sources of industry inspiration. So we've got Paul Rand, who's an American art director and graphic designer, best known for his corporate logo designs, including the logos for IBM, UPS, and he also designed for Steve Jobs as well. Considered by most as the godfather of graphic design, a visionary who showed us that design matters, and a pioneer of advertising in the 20th century. And then we've got Elon Musk, who, with no formal training in aeronautical engineering, Elon Musk has been able to create and lead his rocket science team at SpaceX. He took his aerospace company to the level of NASA and international space associations. And if you've been watching the news recently, just over the last couple of weeks, SpaceX landed 2 NASA astronauts aboard a Crew Dragon capsule, reaching the International Space Station in 19 hours. And they were actually ahead of schedule by 10 minutes. And all from, as it says there, a chap with no formal training. And again, someone who's very, very successful and has amassed a fortune of about $40 billion. I think he's the 30th richest man on the planet. And really the message being that as long as you work hard, you really can achieve anything that you want to.